Hello everyone, welcome back to Inside Electronics. So you might have seen the short video that I made about this item, and as I said, my daughter got this as a birthday gift on her 3rd birthday, and this is actually a beautiful photo frame and a mirror in one thing. Like you can see right now, it is working as a mirror. This is not a perfect mirror by any standards for a mirror, but it works nicely if the lighting is good enough. Like you can see, you can actually use this as a mirror. It works as a mirror, and it is supposed to light up in the inside. The moment you are pressing this button, if this is a working unit, this will light up the whole interior, and you are supposed to keep a photo inside, and then it will work as a beautiful photo frame, a light up photo frame. And that it will work as a night light as well, but that much amount of light will probably too much for the night. It will saturate the room. At night, even this tiniest amount of light will become intolerable as the time moves on. The more it gets darker, the smaller amount of light can even be too much, if you know what I'm saying. So this time, let's I digress, let's stick on to the topic. So this is supposed to light up on the inside when I'm pressing this button, but it is not happening. And as I said in that video, my daughter dropped it and it stopped working after that. My wife told that this thing came apart in 2 pieces like this, and these wires, they are intact. I tried pulling it on both directions and it is intact. So I don't know if they are intact. This is the worst thing that can happen, the wires pulling out from the thing, and it can take out the solder pad or something like that. And if the wires are intact, then what else can it be? So they changed the battery, and that also didn't make any change. So let me show you. This is a brand new battery that is inside. Let me show you that. After that, let's plug it into the adapter, because it has the option to connect an external adapter right here. And by the way, this is how you change your photo. These 3 sliders, you need to slide it, and this is how the inside looks like. Those are the LEDs, you can see right there. They are the LED in there, and you can put this thing back simply by keeping it like this and sliding these sliders back into its position, and that's how you are supposed to put a photo inside. So enough of that, let me show you the batteries are good, and let's change the power source from battery to an external adapter. So let me make the setup and I shall come back after that. Alright, so let me first show you that the batteries are good inside. These are fresh batteries, by the way. And it runs on 3 AA's, and this is the BT168 battery tester. So let me put the battery in here, and yeah, this is good. Second battery, good. Third battery, good. So now the batteries are out. Let's try plugging this thing to a power supply. Let me introduce to my new power supply. New in the sense that I'm not I don't know, again, these are the kind of things that I'm not sure whether I made a video about yet. So let me turn it on. 5 volts going in and no current draw, nothing happens, nothing. So that means something is wrong inside. So let me turn this off. Let's disconnect this one, and let's open this and see what is wrong from the inside. So let's do that. All right, we have opened it, and the moment we opened this thing, we can see the fault inside. Can you see that? Here, if you look closely, you can see the negative and the positive are connected in parallel to the DC jack right here. So this is a negative, and the negative goes straight to the LED right there. This is the positive coming from the battery. They are all common together at the switch, and look at this. The blue wire is hanging around in the breeze. So this is supposed to be connected to this point of the switch. So that's the reason why, even though from this side, if you pull enough, because of the wire length, it feels like the wires are still intact. I don't want to intentionally pull it out because I'm not sure whether that you know, if that wire came out through this side, we can't be sure that whether we did it or it was like that inside. So that's the reason why I didn't pull it with too much of force. So now that we have opened it, we came to know what is the fault right here. So let's solder that and let's see what happens after that. Okay. Alright, so we have done the soldering, like you can see right now. The soldering has been done, and now I just connected it to one available point right here. It can be this point or the other point, it doesn't matter, because all it does is that the way you turn it on is going to be different. I didn't actually check the continuity for which one is the right way around. Anyhow, it's just a light, it's supposed to work either way. So right now the soldering has been done, so let's put the batteries in and see whether it made any change or not. There you go, and as expected, this is now pushed to off, you know, the opposite way. But yeah, it doesn't matter. And let me show you one more thing, that if you look closely at the LED, you can see that the LEDs are a bit off to the side, especially these two. The remaining ones are kind of okay, but the only way to take out this is from the front side, this side. You need to take out this plastic front piece, which I believe is going to be a destructive process because it may be glued. So right now I'm just going to leave it as it is, and let me show you how much power does it take. If you remove the batteries and let's connect it to the external adapter and see how much power it takes for it to work. Let's turn it on, and let's turn it on. Yeah, let's, what, nothing. Okay, yeah, there you go. 450 milliamps. That is really high. In fact, after all, I can only see one resistor in here right there, and I'm not seeing anything in any other locations. I'm not sure whether this is the only one for everything or is it like one per LED. I'm not sure. If this is it, then it reads either 1R0 or 180. I'm not sure whether it is 1R or 1.8. It will be either 1 ohms or 18 ohms. But yeah, that's the only thing I believe is limiting the current across all LEDs. But I think the reason why they're doing it, why they're pushing it really hard, is because it has to light through this somewhat opaque film. So it has to be bright enough so that it can pass through this thing. So that's the reason why I think that it is pushing it really for this LED. Or you can even change the resistor. You can put a resistor, external resistor in here somewhere, so that's going to limit the current. But anyhow, let me put everything back together and let me show you how it works at night. Alright, so we have finally put everything back together, and before turning this thing on, let me show you something. So if you decide to use an external adapter with this one, always remember to take out the batteries, because as you have seen in the previous clip, the DC adapter jack and the batteries are connected in parallel. So in case if you try to plug in let me plug this in, you can see if you try to plug this in, now the light is off, you can see it is still drawing some current. That is because this adapter is now trying to charge these non-rechargeable batteries, which is going to create a lot of issues. Obviously the battery is going to get leaky, and also this is going to damage your adapter as well. So that's the reason why you don't want to keep your batteries inside if you decide to use an external adapter. And let me make one more thing. Let me show you one more thing. Now that I have removed all the batteries, and now I kept it. See, if you put 3 batteries in series, it's going to make up to around 4.5 volt depending on the state of the battery. If it's a fresh battery, it's going to be around 4.5 volts. So let me put 4.5 in my power supply, and let me show you this. If I turn it on, which it is already on, now that it is on, you can see it is still drawing around 280 to 300 milliamp current, which is again high for a regular 3 volt normal LED. These are supposed to be run at 20 milliamps, but they are actually pushing it hard so that it can get the light through this diffused film. And look at this. This is how it looks like at night. This dark patch is not because of the LED, it's actually because of the way that I folded it. But look at this. In fact, I can see my entire room lit with this much of light. That's why I said in the initial clip that if you're trying to use this as a night light, it's going to saturate your entire room. This is too much for a night light. I don't know whether you have seen that or not. It has reached up to 300 milliamps at that point. So because it's just a simple resistor, it's not going to limit that much, and as it gets hotter, it's going to pass more current, which is again going to create, you know, further issues. And the way that they are dealing it inside here is they are depending on the internal resistance of the battery along with the external resistor to get it done. Otherwise, there is no way that just that simple 1 ohm resistor can take all these burden. So let me turn it on once again. There you go. This is now running entirely out of batteries, and they are purely depending on the internal resistance of these batteries and the external resistor as well for limiting the current. So yeah, if you have something like this in your home, you know, to be honest, I never thought that there is this much of things that I need to say about a simple item like this. But anyhow, that's how things work. Sometimes you need to speak what you have to say, irrespective of what the item really is. If it is a lengthy video, it is a lengthy video because I have that much of things to say about that item. So yeah, that's it. I fixed it. And if you're planning to use it, you know, continuously without burning that LED, you could do a couple of things. You could put an external resistor, let's say around 20 ohms in series with the existing resistor. That will cut down the current consumption drastically, and it will improve your battery life. And also, if you're planning to use it with an adapter like this one, always make sure that your batteries are taken out, or rather you put a diode in series so that it will cut the power going to the batteries. And also you can put 2 diodes in series, and that will drop the voltage from 5 volts to, you know, a more manageable like 4.5 4.2 level. 0.7 volt drop will be there. That will again reduce the load on the resistor, which will cut down the current consumption even down. So yeah, that's it for today's videos, guys. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. For simple item like this, I think this is enough. Already I think 10 minutes have crossed, I don't know, like, but yeah, thank you for watching. See you with another video.